there's still a lot of very colonial. There's a lot of colonialism still, and a lot of people that are still very, they still feel very provincial. Like if you go to, like if you ever hung out in Victoria, there's a lot of people that are still very provincial, and it's odd. And that's another aspect of Canada, that's it's really hard to define what Canada is and what Canada wants to be. Who does and what is the image that Canada wants to portray on the world on the world platform? It really is an enigma, man. Canada's an enigma.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And then there was all the talk yesterday about the Canadian star system, and that was the thing that confused me.
Yeah.
Because a Canadian star system, so would that mean that someone would be a star only in Canada? And who would want to be a star only in Canada? And what would that even mean? Is Bryan Adams a star only in Canada? Is Shania Twain a star only in Canada? There's no such thing as a star only in Canada. So what would be the point of a Canadian star system? I mean, the world is such a small place now. If you're a star all over the world. Like, I don't understand what the point of a Canadian star system would be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
And the star system that exists, if there is such thing as a star system, there are so many famous Canadians that are famous globally, because that's how you have to be famous, is globally. There are so many famous Canadians that live in Los Angeles and New York and London. It's real easy to fly those people back here to Canada and get them to work on your projects. So, I mean, the Canadian star system, if that's what you want to call it, it's in place. It's already there. And those people will come if you call them, I believe. Because I know for myself and Eric McCormick and William Shatner, everybody loves to come back here to Canada and work in Canada, because we're all very proud and patriotic, and everybody loves to support Indigenous productions here. And I just don't think that I don't know where that whole star system conversation was going, and I don't know what it meant.
Yeah, actually, you bring up a good point, because if you think about it, the whole mentality is, okay, of a Canadian star system, if you could be successful just within your own culture, then are we creating that stuff that's like sort of kowtowing to stereotypical Canadian stuff? But if you look at like film, for example, a Guy Madden or a Deepa Mehta, they're not making stuff for Canadians. They just have a Canadian sensibility. They have a story to tell. They're not doing it for audience, and they're some of the like greatest creators we have, and I embrace them as Canadians. But it's not that they make stuff that's really, really exciting. I mean, look at Water, for example. It's not even in English, and I think that's a great Canadian film.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But these things transcend, and whether it's just actors we're talking about, whether it's authors. Will Ferguson, who's from Alberta here. He's a very famous Canadian author, but his books are all over the world.
Yeah.
Happiness is one of the greatest novels of the last 10 years. He's not just a famous Canadian author. He's a famous author. Yeah. Beauty Tips from Moose Jaw, spectacular. People who read that book in Omaha, they don't know where Moose Jaw is, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.